Australia is built on immigration. It's a fundamental part of its economy and culture. But right now, something is changing. The data is clear. More than half of Australians now believe immigration levels are too high, and it's fast becoming one of the most important issues for voters. In this video, we're looking at the numbers and the core concerns driving this massive shift in public opinion. It's not about who is coming, but what volume is doing to Australia's cities, housing, and way of life. Australia has long been a country shaped by immigration. Since the end of World War II, it has accepted millions of migrants under skilled, family, and humanitarian programs. However, in recent years, rapid population growth driven by migration has led to increasing public concern about housing affordability, infrastructure strain, and social cohesion. Surveys from major institutions, including the Lowy Institute and the Scanlon Foundation, reveal dramatic changes in public concerns. In mid-2025, a Lowy Institute survey found 53% of Australians believe immigration levels are too high. The Scanlon Foundation reported a similar number, that is 49%, which is a massive jump from just 33% in 2023. So when you see numbers like that, the political importance follows. A recent Roy Morgan poll showed that 13% of voters now name managing immigration as a top 3 issue in the country. A key driver of concern is Australia's rapid population growth, with the nation surpassing 26 million people in 2023. Migration is the largest contributor to this growth, with net overseas migration reaching an all-time high of approximately 500,000 in 2022 to 2023. This influx has been particularly concentrated in major urban centers like Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane, where housing, transport, and public services are under increasing pressure. The housing crisis is one of the most pressing outcomes. While immigration is not the sole cause, the rapid increase in population has undeniably intensified demand, contributing to skyrocketing rents and property prices. At the same time, Australia's infrastructure has not kept pace. Healthcare systems are experiencing long wait times, public transport is strained, and schools are overcrowded, particularly in high-growth corridors. Another challenge lies in policy inconsistency. Australia has oscillated between pro- and anti-immigration stances, often driven by short-term economic or political needs. The surge in temporary migration, such as international students, working holidaymakers, and visa holders with limited rights, has created a large, often vulnerable, underclass of workers, while placing additional pressure on housing and services. Meanwhile, employers call for more migrants to address skills shortages, especially in industries such as healthcare, construction, and agriculture. Infrastructure is also a big concern. Cities designed for smaller populations are struggling to cope with congested roads, overcrowded hospitals, and under-resourced schools becoming the norm. These issues are particularly acute in areas with high migrant populations, where support services may be lacking. Furthermore, the labor market faces its own challenges. While migrants fill labor gaps, the proliferation of temporary migration has led to exploitation, underpayment, and job insecurity. In sectors like agriculture and hospitality, employers sometimes prefer migrant labor for its flexibility and lower cost, creating downward pressure on wages and conditions for all workers. A large majority still agrees that migrants contribute positively to the economy and bring cultural enrichment. The concern, therefore, is rarely about the idea of immigration, but the volume and the perceived lack of proper government planning to manage the associated pressures on housing, transport, and public services. So the Australian government has begun taking steps to rebalance its migration strategy. These include reducing the permanent migration intake, tightening temporary visa requirements, and cracking down on exploitative practices. Efforts are also underway to invest in housing and infrastructure, though these take time to implement. Ultimately, the question is not whether immigration is good or bad, but how it is managed. Well-planned migration can support a strong economy, an inclusive society, and a sustainable future. Poorly managed, it can lead to inequality, discontent, and infrastructure breakdown. Australia's immigration issue is not a problem in and of itself, but rather a symptom of inadequate planning and policy alignment. Immigration has been, and will continue to be, a vital part of Australia's story. However, the current pressures on housing, infrastructure, and services demand a more strategic approach. By aligning migration levels with the country's capacity to absorb new residents and ensuring support for both migrants and local communities, Australia can continue to benefit from immigration while minimizing the associated challenges. Balance, foresight, and long-term planning are key to turning immigration from a perceived problem into a national strength. What do you think is the first step the government should take to fix the immigration crisis? Is it building more houses or lowering the intake? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more in-depth data analysis, and hit that bell icon.